A Machesney Park woman is murdered in her home allegedly at the hands of a stranger who was out of jail on furlough.
23 News reporter Kristen Camilleri looks into why an inmate with such a long record was allowed to roam the streets unsupervised.
The family of Ellen Marsh tells me it's hard to process the brutal killing of their 74-year-old grandmother. I've spent the last several weeks doing a deep dive into our criminal justice system to learn how something like this could have happened.
She saw the good in everybody, never afraid.
Anybody.
She wasn't afraid of anybody.
Should have given you the shirt off her back, but should have taken you to Walmart and bought you 10 shirts.
And then bought you dinner.
Grief grips Tim Marsh as he remembers his mother Ellen. His wife Amanda in disbelief. They'll never see the 74-year-old grandmother again.
I wish I could snap my fingers and go back 6 months and prevent the whole thing from happening.
Ellen lived in this home on Old Harlem Road in Machesney Park for more than 20 years. The police department less than 5 minutes away.
My mom loved where she lived. She felt safe. She didn't live in fear.
The couple says on the night of January 31st, they were going about their ordinary routine until something very out of the ordinary happened.
I got a call from one of my mom's neighbors saying, Timmy, there's police everywhere. They're trying to figure out your mom's whereabouts. Her car isn't there. I got that phone call and Amanda looked at me and just knew that something was wrong. And
I said, all right, let's go.
Just minutes away from Ellen's home, Tim got a call from detectives who told him his mother was dead. When the couple got to the house, officers confronted them with questions.
Do you know a man named Shane,
Okay.
or did your mom?
Tim didn't know who that was and knew his mom didn't have a connection either. Shane Bauma is a frequent flyer in the Winnebago County Jail with a criminal history dating back to 1997. On that fateful day, court documents say Bauma got in an argument with his girlfriend. After she called the police, he took off looking for a place to hide. Police say that's when Bauma spotted Marsh in her home, knocked on her door, pushed his way inside, and strangled her to death. Bauma then staged the scene to look like a burglary and took off with her car.
you hear about home invasions happening. You know they exist. You know they're out there. But you never expect that it's going to happen to you or someone you know.
Learning what happened to Ellen was a tough pill to swallow for the couple and left them with more questions than answers.
Why did it happen? And
that's when we slowly start to learn that, that he was furloughed.
Furloughs temporarily let an inmate out of jail. Winnebago County State's Attorney Jay Hanley says some common reasons can be if they want to attend a funeral or if they're going to a rehab center to get treatment for substance abuse. But why would someone with a lengthy criminal history like Bauma get his granted? I came here to the courthouse to find out.
While I didn't have the job at the time, and the prosecutor who agreed to the furlough is no longer in the office, I still have to live with the decisions of the office before me.
Hanley says Bauma got furloughed to attend a rehab facility in Rockford for treatment, but he stopped showing up.
Lag time there was about 3 weeks where, the court or pretrial services didn't know that Mr. Bauma had left. And then when he didn't show up for his court date, everyone knew then that he wasn't in the jail, he wasn't at the facility, he wasn't in court, and so a warrant was issued.
Hanley says lawyers and the judge must agree to the terms of the furlough. That can include alerting pretrial services if an inmate stops showing up for treatment. But Hanley says that wasn't in Bauma's agreement.
I can't go back and change that. Believe me, I wish I could.
Hanley points out that not all furloughs end this way.
There's lots of successful furloughs. There's also furloughs that we object to and aren't granted.
But it didn't go that way in Ellen's case.
We ultimately feel that this was preventable. He should have been behind bars.
It is a heinous crime and one that we will hold Mr. Bauma responsible for.
Now her family will have to live with that pain forever.
I wish I would have known so I could have just hugged my mom one more time and said goodbye. Cherish the time that you have, because it can be over in an instant.
Hanley says since taking office, his team has noticed furlough orders aren't always consistent. And moving forward, he says he's created a standard order, which includes alerting pretrial services.
Now, Krista, I know you said earlier that the attorney and the judge usually work together to put together the furlough, but who actually grants the furlough?
Yes, so Hanley says that the judge ultimately grants the furlough. I did reach out to the 17th Judicial Circuit Court here in Winnebago County to see if a judge could talk more about their process, but unfortunately leaders say because this case is ongoing, they're not able to comment at this time.